Welcome to a deep dive into the world of WWE, where we bring you stories that are both emotional and impactful. In today's video, we'll talk about the tragic losses of wrestling legends who left us far too soon. We'll uncover the causes of their untimely deaths, from devastating health issues to other shocking circumstances, and how their passings changed the wrestling world forever. And that's not all. We also have some very sad news about Randy Orton. Stay tuned, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Chris Travis, born on December 16, 1983, was a highly respected British professional wrestler, celebrated for his dynamic style and lasting impact on the independent wrestling scene. Rising through the ranks in the early 2000s, Travis quickly became known for his impressive blend of high-flying maneuvers and technical skill, captivating fans with his athleticism and charisma. He made a significant mark in several well-regarded promotions, including Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, PWG, and Insane Championship Wrestling, ICW, where his thrilling matches and intense rivalries earned him a loyal following. Throughout his career, Chris demonstrated a deep passion for wrestling, constantly pushing his limits in the ring and gaining recognition as one of the UK's standout performers. Despite battling cancer privately, Chris remained dedicated to wrestling, continuing to perform and inspire others around him. His fight was courageous and quietly fought, reflecting the same determination and heart he showed in every match. Tragically, his life was cut short when leaving the wrestling world, mourning the loss of a beloved talent. Chris Travis's legacy goes far beyond his in-ring accomplishments. He is remembered not only for his exciting wrestling style, but also for his kindness, generosity, and the support he offered to fellow wrestlers. His influence resonates deeply within the wrestling community, inspiring many aspiring talents to pursue their dreams with the same dedication and passion he exemplified. Though his career was brief, Chris left an indelible mark on professional wrestling. Fans and peers alike continue to honor his memory, celebrating the spirit of a performer who gave everything for the sport he loved, and whose legacy endures as a symbol of courage and commitment. Dick the Bruiser, born Dick Afflis on June 27, 1929, in Indianapolis, Indiana, was a legendary professional wrestler and promoter whose impact on wrestling remains unforgettable. Standing 6 feet tall and weighing around 250 pounds, Dick combined a tough, hard-hitting, brawling style with a unique charisma that made him a fan favorite from the late 1950s through the 1970s. Starting his wrestling career in the late 50s, Dick quickly rose to prominence in various wrestling promotions, including the American Wrestling Association, AWA, and the World Wrestling Federation, WWF. He was best known for his fierce, no-nonsense approach in the ring, but also for his entertaining comedic antics that added a distinct flair to his matches. One of the defining aspects of Dick the Bruiser's career was his legendary tag team partnership with the Crusher. Together, they became one of wrestling's most beloved duos, combining toughness and humor in a way that captivated audiences. Their chemistry and in-ring storytelling led them to capture multiple tag team championships, solidifying their place in wrestling history. Beyond his wrestling prowess, Dick the Bruiser was also a respected promoter, playing a crucial role in expanding and popularizing professional wrestling throughout the Midwest. His keen business sense helped grow the sport and brought more attention to the regional wrestling scene. Dick's influence also stretched into pop culture, with appearances in films and television shows that showcased his larger-than-life personality beyond the squared circle. Sadly, Dick the Bruiser, but his legacy endures. Remembered as a hard-hitting wrestler, a charismatic entertainer, and a passionate promoter, Dick the Bruiser remains a true icon in the history of professional wrestling. His contributions continue to inspire fans and wrestlers alike, keeping his memory alive in the hearts of many. Roddy Piper, born Roderick George Toombs on April 17, 1954, in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada, was one of professional wrestling's most unforgettable legends. Known for his fiery personality, sharp wit, and incredible microphone skills, Piper rose to fame during the wrestling boom of the 1980s, especially in WWE, then WWF. His hot rod persona made him a master at provoking audiences, often playing the villain in some of wrestling's most famous rivalries. Piper's career spanned several decades in major wrestling promotions, including WWE, NWA, AWA, and WCW. One of his most notable feuds was with Hulk Hogan, which helped define the build-up to the very first WrestleMania in 1985, a pivotal moment in wrestling history. Beyond the ring, Piper was a pioneer in wrestling promos. His Piper's Pit interview segment became legendary, producing some of the most memorable moments and confrontations ever seen in wrestling. Roddy Piper was not just a wrestler. He was an entertainer who helped shape how wrestling connects emotionally with fans. His ability to stir strong reactions, whether love or hate, through his charisma and storytelling was groundbreaking. He influenced generations of wrestlers in how to engage audiences with personality and drama. Tragically, Piper his was caused by a heart attack linked to a pulmonary embolism. He had been struggling with health issues, including high blood pressure. His passing was deeply mourned across the wrestling world, leaving a lasting impact on fans, fellow wrestlers, and his family. Roddy Piper's legacy remains a cornerstone of professional wrestling history. His larger-than-life character, in-ring creativity, and revolutionary approach to promos continue to inspire and influence the industry today. Chris Youngblood, born Christopher Youngblood on June 5, 1961, is a retired professional wrestler celebrated for his exciting and high-flying style during the 1980s and early 1990s. Hailing from the United States, he quickly became known for blending technical wrestling skills with acrobatic moves, which made him a distinctive and engaging performer in the ring. Youngblood's wrestling career began in the mid-1980s, and he gained prominence wrestling for well-known promotions such as World Class Championship Wrestling, WCCW, and the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA. He was especially recognized for his tag team work alongside his brother, Mark Youngblood. Together, they formed a popular and dynamic team known for their chemistry, athleticism, and exciting matches that resonated with fans and brought them multiple championship opportunities. Throughout his career, Chris Youngblood took part in notable feuds and rivalries against some of the era's top wrestling talents. His in-ring performances were always marked by a strong connection with the audience, combining charisma with dedication to entertaining every crowd. Although he never reached the superstar status of some of his peers, his contributions to the sport earned him respect from fellow wrestlers and loyal fans alike. Even after his peak wrestling years, Youngblood remained active in various independent wrestling promotions, continuing to display his skills and passion for the sport. Following his retirement from active competition, he stayed involved in the wrestling world, focusing on mentoring and training younger wrestlers. His guidance helped nurture the next generation of talent, further cementing his influence in the wrestling community. Chris Youngblood's legacy is that of a passionate, skilled performer who left a meaningful mark on professional wrestling through both his in-ring work and his ongoing commitment to the sport. Les Thornton, born on April 9, 1934, was a highly respected and influential figure in professional wrestling, celebrated for his exceptional technical skills and agility inside the ring. His career spanned several decades, during which he captivated fans with a wrestling style that blended classic techniques with a natural charisma, earning him widespread admiration from both audiences and fellow wrestlers. Thornton's wrestling journey began in the 1950s, quickly establishing himself as a formidable competitor. Over the years, he showcased his talents in numerous wrestling promotions across the globe, including the United Kingdom, Canada, and the United States. His in-ring ability was characterized by precise grappling, seamless transitions, and a deep understanding of the sport's fundamentals, which set him apart from many of his contemporaries. Beyond his accomplishments as a wrestler, Les Thornton was also a gifted promoter and trainer. He devoted significant effort to nurturing the next generation of wrestlers, sharing his knowledge and passion for the craft. His dedication to wrestling extended outside the ring, as he was instrumental in promoting the sport as a serious and respected athletic competition rather than just entertainment. This approach earned him great respect among peers and industry insiders. Thornton was equally known for his sportsmanship and professionalism. He was admired not only for his technical excellence, but also for his humility and commitment to fair competition. His positive influence helped shape the careers of many wrestlers who followed in his footsteps. Les Thornton leaving behind a lasting legacy in professional wrestling. His contributions as a wrestler, trainer, and promoter have had a lasting impact on the sport. Remembered as a true legend, Thornton's dedication to wrestling continues to inspire wrestlers and fans alike around the world. Edward Wiskowski, January 10, 1945, January 23, 2025, was an American professional wrestler best remembered for his controversial role as Colonel De Beers in the American Wrestling Association, AWA, during the 1980s. Before creating this infamous persona, he wrestled under various ring names, including the Polish Prince and Easy Ed Wiskowski. Wiskowski began his wrestling career in 1972 after training under legendary wrestlers Harley Race and Lord Littlebrook. He first gained attention in the Pacific Northwest Wrestling Territory, where he formed a successful tag team with Playboy Buddy Rose. Together, they captured several championships. Showcasing Wiskowski's technical skills and charisma, he also found success in other regions, winning the Central States Heavyweight title in 1975 and competing internationally in Germany and Austria throughout the late 1970s and early 1980s. In the mid-1980s, Wiskowski reinvented himself as Colonel De Beers, a pro-apartheid South African military officer character in the AWA. The character was highly controversial due to its racist overtones and politically charged storylines. One of the most notable angles involved a feud with Superfly Jimmy Snuka, where De Beers refused to wrestle Snuka because of his ethnicity. This storyline drew significant attention, sparking heated reactions and cementing De Beers as one of wrestling's most divisive villains. After retiring from the ring, Wiskowski and his longtime friend Buddy Rose ran a wrestling school in Portland, Oregon from 2001 to 2006, helping train the next generation of wrestlers. Edward Wiskowski. His portrayal of Colonel De Beers remains a powerful example of wrestling's complex relationship with social and political issues, remembered as one of the industry's most provocative characters. Randy Keith Orton, widely known to wrestling fans simply as the Viper, is one of the most iconic and influential figures in the annals of professional wrestling history. Over more than 2 decades, Orton has transformed from a promising young athlete with an impressive lineage into one of WWE's most decorated and compelling superstars. His unique wrestling style, sharp charisma, and the sudden, breathtaking impact of his signature finisher, the RKO, have enthralled audiences worldwide, making him a perennial fan favorite and a key pillar of WWE storytelling. However, behind the glitz and fame lies a story marked by perseverance in the face of adversity, particularly a serious health scare involving cervical cord neuropraxia, a severe neck injury that has raised serious concerns about his in-ring future. This injury, sustained after receiving a banned piledriver maneuver during a WWE match, highlighted not only the inherent physical dangers of professional wrestling, but also brought the spotlight on the ongoing conversation about performer safety in this high-risk sport. This article delves deeply into Randy Orton's storied career, tracing his evolution from his wrestling roots to his rise as a 14-time world champion, his battles with injuries and health challenges, the controversy around the banned piledriver, and the speculation swirling about what lies ahead for the legendary Viper. A wrestling legacy is born. Early life and WWE beginnings. Randy Orton's path to wrestling greatness was almost predestined, given the profound influence of his family. Born on April 1, 1980, Orton entered the world surrounded by wrestling lore. His father, Bob Orton Jr., was a well-known WWE star during the 1980s and 1990s, famed for his technical skills and memorable feuds. His grandfather, Bob Orton Sr., was also a professional wrestler, meaning Randy was steeped in wrestling culture from birth. Growing up, Orton was well aware of the legacy he carried, but was determined to build his own identity within the squared circle. His training was rigorous and intense, guided by his family's deep understanding of the craft. Unlike many who simply rely on family fame, Randy worked relentlessly to develop a distinct wrestling style and persona. Orton's early years in the wrestling business were spent honing his craft in WWE's developmental territories in the early 2000s. He debuted on WWE's main roster in 2002 as a fresh-faced competitor with natural athleticism, keen ring psychology, and a cool, calculating demeanor. While many rookies needed years to find their footing, Orton immediately demonstrated a rare blend of technical ability, striking power, and an instinct for storytelling through wrestling, a skill set that would soon set him apart. A pivotal moment in his rise was his involvement with Evolution, one of WWE's most dominant factions, featuring legends Triple H, Ric Flair, and Batista. This association gave Orton a powerful platform, exposing him to audiences worldwide and helping him gain valuable experience in high-profile storylines. Yet, it was his transformation into the Viper, a cold, ruthless predator who strikes with deadly precision, that truly defined his persona. This character shift brought out Orton's ability to instill fear and unpredictability in his opponents, making him an unforgettable presence in WWE. Orton's signature move, the RKO, quickly became a cultural phenomenon, With its sudden and seemingly out-of-nowhere execution thrilling crowds and dominating highlight reels, the move's popularity transcended wrestling, often going viral on social media and becoming synonymous with surprise and impact. By the time he captured the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at just 24 years old, Orton was recognized as one of the youngest champions in WWE history, a testament to his talent and the company's faith in his potential. Championship glory and defining rivalries. Randy Orton's championship resume is nothing short of extraordinary. Over his career, he has amassed 14 world championships, holding both the WWE Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship multiple times. His success is further complemented by numerous reigns as Intercontinental Champion, United States Champion, and Tag Team Champion, a testament to his versatility and sustained excellence across different divisions. What truly distinguishes Orton is not just the number of titles he has held, but the quality of the rivalries and storylines he has been involved in. Throughout WWE's modern era, his feuds with major stars such as John Cena, Triple H, The Undertaker, Edge, and Batista have generated some of the company's most memorable matches and moments. The rivalry with John Cena in particular stands out as one of the defining narratives of the past 2 decades. Their battles at WrestleMania and other marquee events were packed with intense physicality, drama, and emotional storytelling. These matches demonstrated Orton's ability to perform at the highest level on WWE's biggest stages, consistently delivering performances that blended technical skill with compelling narratives. One of Orton's greatest strengths has been his chameleon-like ability to adapt. Whether playing the villainous heel or the fan-favorite babyface, he continually evolved his character to stay fresh and relevant. His reputation for delivering RKO out-of-nowhere moments kept audiences on the edge of their seats and made every match unpredictable. Throughout his championship reigns, Orton has consistently elevated the prestige of the titles he holds, making each match feel like a must-watch event. This combination of championship pedigree, storytelling ability, and in-ring prowess has solidified Orton's place among wrestling's elite. The physical price of wrestling. Injuries and resilience. Professional wrestling is an inherently demanding and risky career, requiring immense physical and mental toughness. Randy Orton's longevity and success have come at the cost of battling various injuries, particularly in his shoulders and back. Shoulder injuries have been a recurring issue throughout his career. Multiple rotator cuff tears forced him to take time off to recover and undergo surgery. These injuries, common among wrestlers due to the repetitive stress of high-impact maneuvers, could have derailed Orton's momentum, but instead highlighted his resilience and dedication. Each time he worked diligently through rehabilitation, returning to the ring stronger and more focused. Back problems have also troubled Orton, another common affliction given the intense physical demands of professional wrestling. The continuous strain on the spine and surrounding muscles requires constant management through physical therapy and conditioning, which Orton has embraced to extend his career. Despite these setbacks, Orton has maintained an exceptional level of performance over many years, a feat that underscores not only his physical toughness, but his mental determination to stay at the top of his game. His ability to protect himself and his opponents in the ring has also earned him respect among peers and backstage officials. The 2023 piledriver incident and cervical cord neuropraxia diagnosis. One of the most alarming moments in Orton's career came in early 2023 during a WWE SmackDown match against Kevin Owens. In a shocking development, Owens delivered a pile driver to Orton, a move that WWE has banned for over 2 decades due to its extreme risk of causing catastrophic neck and spinal injuries. The pile driver, a maneuver where the opponent is driven headfirst into the mat, has a notorious history of causing serious harm, including paralysis. WWE banned the move following tragic incidents in the 1990s and early 2000s, making its appearance in a 2023 televised match highly controversial and dangerous. Immediately after the pile driver, Orton was visibly in distress. He clutched his neck, struggled to move, and was stretchered out of the arena amid grave concern from fans, commentators, and fellow wrestlers. Medical evaluations quickly followed, and WWE announced that Orton had been diagnosed with cervical cord neuropraxia. Cervical cord neuropraxia is a nerve injury involving temporary loss of function caused by trauma or compression to the cervical spinal cord. Symptoms can range from numbness and weakness to temporary paralysis. The condition's severity varies, and recovery can take weeks to months, or even longer, depending on the extent of the injury. For Orton, this diagnosis was a sobering moment. It wasn't just another injury. It was a serious medical condition threatening his long-term health and ability to perform safely in the ring. The incident brought renewed attention to the physical risks wrestlers face, especially when banned or dangerous moves are used. Wrestling safety, the history and legacy of the pile driver ban. The pile driver's controversial history has long been a cautionary tale in professional wrestling. WWE's decision to ban the maneuver was a response to several high-profile injuries and fatalities associated with it, including the career-ending paralysis of Stone Cold Steve Austin's stunt double during a botched stunt and other serious accidents. This ban was part of WWE's broader efforts to improve wrestler safety and prevent catastrophic injuries. Moves involving direct head and neck impacts are either banned or strictly regulated in modern wrestling to protect performers. Orton's injury reignited conversations about the enforcement of safety rules and the responsibility of wrestlers, referees, and promoters to ensure dangerous moves are never executed without appropriate safety measures. The incident underscored the constant balancing act between providing entertaining, high-impact performances and safeguarding the health of the athletes. It reminded fans and industry insiders alike that despite safety protocols, wrestling remains a physically dangerous profession. The emotional and mental toll of long-term injuries. Injuries like cervical cord neuropraxia carry consequences beyond the physical. For a wrestler like Orton, whose life and identity are deeply tied to his profession, the emotional and psychological impact can be profound. Facing an uncertain recovery and the potential of a career-ending injury brings anxiety, stress, and the daunting challenge of reconsidering one's future. The mental strain of rehabilitation, coupled with the fear of never returning to previous levels of performance, can be overwhelming. Orton's history of overcoming injuries suggests he will tackle this challenge with his trademark determination. Yet the reality of his condition means that the decision to continue wrestling or to retire could weigh heavily on him in the coming months and years. Speculation and rumors. What's next for Randy Orton? Following the announcement of Orton's injury, rumors about his WWE future began to swirl. Fans and insiders debated whether the Viper's in-ring career was nearing its end or if he might return in a reduced or different capacity. Some speculate WWE may shift Orton into a non-wrestling role, such as a backstage producer, trainer, or commentator. This transition is common among WWE legends, allowing them to share their expertise and help shape future generations while avoiding the physical toll of active competition. Others believe Orton might make a limited return, competing selectively to preserve his health but maintaining a prominent on-screen presence to continue his storytelling legacy. There is also speculation about potential moves outside WWE. Promotions like AEW offer different schedules and styles, which could be more manageable for a veteran like Orton. However, nothing concrete has emerged, and any decisions would prioritize Orton's health and personal wishes. Randy Orton's legacy, a pillar of modern wrestling. Regardless of his future in the ring, Randy Orton's legacy in professional wrestling is firmly cemented. His 14 world championships rank him among WWE's most decorated stars ever. Beyond statistics, Orton has profoundly influenced the art of wrestling through his blend of athleticism, psychology, and storytelling. His matches are often masterclasses in tension and strategy, with his in-ring storytelling elevating every feud and encounter. The RKO remains one of wrestling's most iconic finishers, universally recognized and celebrated by fans and performers alike. Orton's mentorship and collaborations with younger stars like Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, and AJ Styles have helped elevate WWE's newer generation, proving his impact extends beyond his own career. Backstage, Orton's professionalism and commitment to safety have earned him immense respect. His example has raised standards for match pacing and in-ring protection, influencing how performers approach their craft. The road ahead, the Viper's next chapter. Randy Orton's career encapsulates the highs and lows that define professional wrestling. From his meteoric rise as a young champion to enduring serious injuries and health scares, his journey has been one of remarkable resilience and talent. The cervical cord neuropraxia diagnosis and the piledriver incident mark a significant turning point, highlighting the sport's physical dangers and forcing reflection on his path forward. While the future remains uncertain, history shows that Randy Orton approaches challenges with steely resolve. Whether he returns to the ring, transitions to a behind-the-scenes role, or explores new opportunities, his legacy as one of WWE's greatest performers is undeniable. For fans worldwide, the Viper will forever symbolize excitement, unpredictability, and excellence. A true legend whose influence transcends any single injury or moment in time.